everybody, it's Dr. Michele Drake, and I'm here today with a patient, a really cute one named Kia, and she's just going to be a little prop for me to talk about dog behavior. So let's go ahead and get some questions rolling, and I'll answer them.
Dr. Drake, if my dog is having behavior problems, are they capable of change?
Yes, we can definitely modify dogs' behavior, which is quite often dependent a lot upon our behavior and how we're managing the situation. So really the most important thing with dog behavior is to know that it's so important as a puppy to get them into socializing opportunities as early as 8 weeks of age. And so that's something we spend a lot of time here at the Drake Center is talking about behavior, which starts really young. But yes, there are a lot we can do to help modify dogs' behavior issues at home.
That goes into my next question. When should you start obedience training with your dog?
So there's so much misinformation out there, but we really want a dog to be in some type of socializing class at age 8 weeks. And dogs have a fear period between 8 weeks and 16 weeks. It's kind of critical for them to have super positive experiences during that time. And every dog's a little bit different. You have a really boisterous, forward Labrador, and you may have like a more timid, smaller dog, and they may need different situations. And so really, we're really great at the Drake Center of making sure that you're headed in the right direction. And if you go to a great dog trainer, they're going to know where this dog should be or how should be handled in a particular class. But we want puppies in a socialization class, one preferably by somebody who is a good trainer at 8 weeks of age or soon after as possible.
What are the most common behavior problems in dogs, and how can they be addressed?
So some of the most common, like more serious issues we find would be separation anxiety is super common. And that's because dogs really are pack animals and they're used to being with a pack, and we are their pack. So when we do things like go to work and school every day, we want to make sure we set up our dog for the best possible success for staying home for a good portion of the day. So separation anxiety is very common, and it can show its form in like barking, scratching, destroying your home, urinating, defecating in home. So a lot of things that we really don't want to see. Other really common like serious behavioral issues relate with inner dog aggression or aggression with other people in the household, or potentially even outside of the household when people come to the house. So inner dog aggression with humans, separation anxiety, fear behaviors. There's really quite a few things, destructive behaviors. So a lot of these things can be addressed, and the sooner we start to work on problems, the better, because I tell people, dog behavior issues do not go away on their own. They don't outgrow them. There are things that we have to modify and help with in the household and with the pet in order for them to change.
Can behavior issues in my dog ever indicate that they are sick?
Oh yeah, for sure. There are some behaviors like, if a dog all of a sudden becomes super fearful, it may actually be pain. So if the behaviors that they normally have, how they're behaving on a daily basis change dramatically, it may very well be a medical situation. So we always want to start out with a good exam, make sure we don't have a pain, or they have back pain, and when somebody presses on their back, they may yelp or bark or even bite. And that may be a very, very nice dog that just had a really severe amount of pain, and that was their response to it. So a good place to start is always an exam. And really annually, or certainly with puppies, we spend so much time here at the Drake Center talking about behavior and the best way to get set up on the right track.
What are some behavior problems that may be associated with a medical condition?
Mostly pain would be the most common. And also certain endocrine disorders can also show themselves behaviorally. So without going into too much, if you see a behavioral change, just bring your dog in here and let's start with a good exam.
How can a veterinarian help address my dog's behavior problems?
Let's start with the physical exam, and we're going to spend a lot of time talking about the history. So what's been going on at home, who's involved in it, how big is your family, what's the setup for the dog, how do they spend their time, how much exercise are they getting. So a lot of discussion is going to go on and included with the exam. And when we meet your dog, we have a really good idea of their personality type and what their needs are. So without a doubt, when I meet even a puppy, I have so much information about that personality type and what they're going to need, and also breed dependent too. So, if you get yourself a German Shorthair Pointer, you better plan to run 4 miles a day. That's a dog, that's a great breed, but they need lots of exercise. So there's things like that when you come in, we're going to help you to, again, set up the patterns that are going to be the most successful for you and your dog. So if you have any other questions about dog behavior, we'd love to answer your questions here at the Drake Center. So give us a call.